Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. No South Dakota talk really so far. I know Carter is out there at the Clark Cup, starting that up. They're in Dell Rapids, I believe.
Cedar Rapids.
Yep. They're going to start their playoffs here this week. So good luck to Carter. We were hoping to have him on, but just getting too busy trying to focus on those games coming up.
Friday night.
Yep. So hopefully we get him on after that season. Hopefully it's a deep run. Hopefully we can get him on towards the end of the season for us. So
again, see what he's gonna be doing for the
he's
gonna be busy, I'm sure, this off season with transitioning into college and the UND.
Exactly.
How they did it. I mean, I'm sure their season ended earlier than they wanted to, but they made it to the regionals.
Yeah,
playing Sioux Falls, which would have been cool to see, but that was taken sold out very quick. Spendy, but no, it's cool to see. It's just awesome. Like UND is back to kind of their original
top,
like right before he's about to go there.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I thought too. Yeah. Like they made it there, and now he's coming. Like he has good chance of making it back there, and like it's just I don't know. It's Carter, man. He's a champ. Look, look at UND's doing good. Penguins are doing good. He's promising guy of winning championships everywhere he goes. So so good luck to Carter and the guys over as the Lumberjacks again go on to try to two-peat. They're going in there again, having to play in a wild card spot, I guess you could probably say.
Yeah. That is high. I think they're about the same they were last year. So it's
I'm not sure if they're paying the same guys or not. I can't remember, but I know they had to play in. And they just kind of, when they got going, So
that's basically what they only lost, like 2 games.
Yeah,
one or 2 games that whole playoff run last year. So
so fun. But let's get into the NHL because there's some hot topics again. In that wild card spot. People in the Pacific, they're not safe. They have no one's clunched yet in the Pacific. Central is pretty much clunched with Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, which we all figured. Again, doesn't really matter. I guess Dallas and Minnesota are fighting for home advantage, honestly, is what's going on right now. 102 and 100 points there for those guys. So that's what they're fighting for. Over at the Atlantic or the Eastern Conference, Tampa, Buffalo, Montreal are all in, and they're all fighting for that number 1 seed. And honestly, even with Carolina, they're fighting for the most points in the Eastern to get that number 1 seed overall, to try to take on the worser of the wild card spot. So nice competition there right now. Carolina leads. They're also in, and they lead at 104. And then like Tampa and Buffalo are at 102 and Montreal at 100. So very, very close on that ranking wise. I will say a lot of 100 points this year. I don't know if we had that many last year, but man, 100 points seasons for right now. 7 clubs, which is gnarly. And Pittsburgh could hit 100 as well. They got 6 games left, or actually 4. 79, 82, 4. So sorry, my mail just got here, so I was trying to count and listen to who the heck was here. So Penguins could hit 100 points as well, so that would be pretty interesting. Same with Boston. Boston could hit 100 points. They're at 95. So very interesting stuff. Again, not as interesting as the wild card situation though, as both are kind of heating up here towards the end. And which one you want to start with first? You want to start with West or you want to start with East?
Do West.
Do West. Stick with it.
Yep.
Okay. So again, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, they're all in there. The only team that's been a solid in the wild card spot has been Utah. Utah is right there in the first wild card spot at 86 points, as LA Kings are at number 2 with a big shootout win. Should have hopefully been a regulation win they needed, but they'll right now have the number 2 spot at 83. The big thing too is like LA, they're at that wild card spot, but man, they're only 3 points away from taking Vegas out at number 3, and 4 points away of taking Anaheim and Edmonton out at 1 and 2. So I don't think we're going to see any of these teams from Edmonton, Ducks, and Vegas and the Kings, we're not going to see any of those getting clinch until the last day.
Yeah, and it's all West teams that play the final last day too.
Yeah.
The East will end on that Wednesday, and then looking at the schedule wise, yeah, the West will, like, their guys will all play like on next day on that Thursday. So kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if they purposely. It's like, it's just funny how the season has gone. How the end of this, like, schedule, the end of the season, like those final 2 days will be clinching scenarios for multiple teams, and so it'll make things interesting, at least for the end of the regular season coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, I do believe the Kings, honestly, I believe have the easiest schedule out of all these teams. It consists of Vancouver Thursday. Saturday would be Edmonton, which is going to be a big game for both of them. Then they play Seattle, so Vancouver should be a win. Okay, should be a win.
Yeah.
Edmonton will be a tough one. They can win, but they need to show that they can win. Yep. Seattle will be a tougher game in there from the last couple.
They're looking to ruin some.
But yeah, they should be able to win that as well. Vancouver again on the 14th should be a win, and Calgary should be a win. So the Kings should have, 6 points right there that are, I don't want to say they're gimmies, of course, but they should be gimmies.
Yeah, no, so for sure. Yeah.
That's a big thing for the Kings. And I just saw the Ducks schedule is crazy because they play a little bit harder teams. They have a big game tonight against Nashville. They play Sharks, which Sharks are still trying to get into a wild card spot. Mm-hmm. Then they play Vancouver, which is easy. They play Minnesota, tough game, and then they also play Nashville, which would be another tough game. So big games for both Nashville and the Ducks, because the Ducks, do they lose to Nashville?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you can't really think about that because you lose to Nashville, and the Kings maybe not make it, but then that's going to hurt your chances to make it. So, Ducks gotta finish strong for sure out of that team. Edmonton, they play Utah, which is going to be a big game. They play San Jose, which will be a big game because, again, both of those teams are wanting that playoff spot. The Kings, big game. Then they go and play Colorado, and then they end with Vancouver. So only really one easy game out of that for Edmonton. And then, again, we got the Knights that are looking at a spot. They play Vancouver still. They play Seattle, but they also go to Colorado. They play Winnipeg, and then they play Seattle again. So that's probably
with them, their new coach and Torts.
Yeah, so
Bruce Cassidy's gone.
Yeah, so honestly, if you're looking at a team that the Kings could make it up to that 2-3 spot compared to these other schedules.
They got to win first.
Yeah, they got to win.
And they can't. I mean, the getting an OT and getting that 1 point will help, but they're going to need.
Yeah, they need 2 points. They need
2 points to move.
Yep. But yeah, right on that line, I want to say, honestly, I would love to just say Utah will make it. I really hope they don't crash and burn.
Yeah. I mean, they've won their last 3, so I think they're riding high. They're not some of the other guys who kind of it's kind of flipped the West and the East compared for the last couple weeks of how in the East it was a bloodbath trying to fight for those just the wild card spots or the third or second spot in the Metro, and then now kind of like Ottawa and Detroit and the Islanders they've lost. Like, Islanders were on 4-game losing streak. And they've been losing games here and there more often than they were winning. And then now in the West, you have teams you're kind of going on a little bit of a win streaks, and so then they're starting to build momentum and build up points and make things a lot more interesting in the West. Whereas we were asking who wants it, anybody can have it. It's a like McDavid had said, it's a pillow fight in the Pacific. So, but now it's a battle now. Yeah, and we're getting down. We're getting 4 or 5 games left for all these teams. It'd be interesting to see. But I mean, other thing too, you got to look at with the Sharks. They're 6 games. They got 6 games, so they have 76 games right now. Yeah. They still have got to play 6 more games compared to 5 on the other teams, 5 or 4. Most of them I think are 5 in the West. So but they've got an extra game in hand that they can potentially. That will be a huge 2 points for them if they
because if you give them this one more game and they win, they're 83. I think they beat out LA. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the tiebreaker for that.
But
I don't know what their season series.
They're right there.
But if their seasons, if they have a tie for the season series, you know what does it next? Is regulation wins, and that's what we were talking about before. Because I brought that up.
before we get to the Canes on that, I know, yeah, I will say this race though, the wild card spot goes all the way down to the St. Louis Blues because they also have a game in hand. And if the Blues win, that's at 80, and that's going to be tied with almost everybody else.
Winnipeg there too.
And so and you got Winnipeg. So which Winnipeg would be the craziest out of all of them. They're kind of like the Blues from last year. Then how Olympics come around, and now they're just out of nowhere coming back up.
Yeah,
and they're 6-3-1. They're on a 2-game winning streak. So it'll be interesting to see if Winnipeg can sneak their way up and win, especially again, if the Kings struggle, if Nashville's got big games coming up as well against Anaheim. So it's honestly, out of those four, the Kings, Nashville, Sharks, and the Jets, I want to say all those are up for grabs. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And against Blue, you can put Blues in there too. One of those 5 teams are definitely going to make it, but man, dude, it's going to be a battle for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, we go back to the Kings. You're talking about how they have 19 regulation wins, which is crazy. Yes,
it's the lowest in the league.
That means 13 of those. So they have 32 wins.
Yes,
19 of those were 5-on-5 regulation. The other 13 were win by overtime or a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already have 19 losses in overtime or a shootout. So,
almost more losses in overtime than they have wins.
Yes, I will say though. So this will be the fun part, because if LA does get in, you can more than likely they're going to go to OT game. And it's going to be a fun hockey game. Okay? Yeah. I will say that it'll be a fun hockey game.
Yeah, it'll make it interesting. Lately they haven't been playing very they're not. I got watching them play. It just hasn't. It seemed like they just
they have been doing more offensive work, and it's been more fun to watch. And I think honestly, here's my thing: if they come in the wild card, yes, they're going to get knocked out in the first round against Colorado. It's just that's a done deal. But if they can get in and they play honestly, if they play any of Edmonton, the Ducks, or the Knights, I could see them winning the first round. Yeah, 100%. I know, and I
know Edmonton's goalie struggles are there, but you still have to fight through. I mean, Draisaitl should be back by then.
I will. Yes,
but you still have to get through the one, the only.
I understand that, and I think I don't. Our blue line is very sketchy at times, but we have big bodies back there that it excites me that they're gonna hopefully step it up a notch and actually, not be afraid to take on the body. Not, I know I'm assuming they're trying to stay as healthy as possible that they can get there. And when playoff hockey comes, everything goes up a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. But I do think if they can take Vegas or Anaheim out of that 2-3 spot, or even the Oilers, and they can play anyone in the Pacific, I truly believe they can beat in the first round. I really do. Yeah. And I think this overtime, I think overtime in the playoffs is 100% different, of course, than overtime and shootout now. Mm-hmm. And I think and I hope that by showing that we can play 5-on-5, because if you go back and you look at how many times we've actually came back and tied the game, especially recently, we've been doing a lot of that comeback and we're not giving up. That you'd be surprised, I think, that in the playoffs we see them winning these games because of that. And again, if you look at this, they've played more hockey probably than any other team because of how many overtimes and everything.
Tired then.
They're top. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But when it comes to that overtime stuff, they're going to be almost used to that. No. Their top guys definitely are, and that's who you're going to play. You're going to play your top guys. Mm-hmm. They're going to be used to this extra time, and it's going to be easier for them because they're not doing 3-on-3.
I know, but
you know what I mean. So
it's also it's the playoffs, so you're going to be getting hit more.
Yes, I understand.
Be a lot more physical and more. It's going to be faster. So it's going to be a different animal than the. But I just think it's just disappointing. like how this season's gone for them based on the fact that Kopitar announced that it is literally his final season. It is his retirement season, and this is how you go out and play. Like, I mean, I get, but like last year, with the Caps and Ovi chasing Gretzky's goal thing, and his the most goals in the NHL, and like you saw what that did. Like we had 5 different guys have like career years.
Yeah.
And like we soundedly, they soundedly got first, in the Metro, and they made the playoffs, and like you'd think they'd have a season like that, after, Kopi says this is it, they'd have at least put up a better showing than what 19 overtime losses and only 19 regulation wins. I mean, yeah, you're in a wild card spot, but you're fighting. You are fighting. Yeah. You should not be fighting with how you are. And I know like you have your little bit of injuries, but you picked up Panarin, and you picked up who was the other was it Lawton, or right?
Yeah, Lawton. Scott.
Yeah, you got Lawton, and you got picked him up, and I know Fiala's out, with the leg injury.
And hopefully he can make it back. I haven't really heard anything on that.
I was wondering if he was going to be back, if you guys didn't make the playoffs.
I will say, I don't know if this is getting to Kopi's head or what, if he, he's decided, yes, I'm in retirement, but like
he's had a really down year.
He 67 points. Like here's his back from 2020. He goes 67 points, 74, 70, 67. Now he's at 36. So he's literally 30 points difference.
Half, yeah.
And so that's a big difference. That's the reason why the Kings are having a year like this. Is I'm not saying it's Kopitar's fault.
2 weeks off to kind of
So
like because he wasn't in the
Olympics.
So 2 weeks off, to kind of so you'd think after that 2 weeks, after this Olympic break, like some of our teams have been playing a lot better. You think that.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's Kopi's fault that we're in this situation, but it's who's putting up those other 30 points? Nobody is. No one's putting up those other 30 points. So that's why we're at where we're at, and that's
Byfield's
here. Byfield has been doing better with DJ Smith, and more offensive coach, and so they're doing better on that aspect. He's been Panarin, and Kempe was sick.
Yeah,
and so hopefully
Panarin slotted in pretty decent.
Panarin's great. I think if he can get with Fiala, I think it'd be really good. If Fiala can come back, if we make it to the playoffs and he can come back, it'll be very awesome.
Need an actual goal scorer, guy who's going to shoot the puck more often. I feel like Panarin looks more for the pass first than he does for the shot first.
Yeah,
but it's not saying it's not like he's got great vision as it is.
Yeah. So that's going to be the biggest thing. I think. I will say, it sucks. Like if you look at Corey Perry, he was at 28 points.
What'd you think about that?
And now Trevor Moore's now at 27.
We really still have to worry about the Lightning winning the cup.
Yeah,
they might make it, but we don't have to worry about them winning it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy for that.
But I don't know. Kempe should be getting. I think unless he's nice. Is he on a contract a year?
Yeah, he extended. I'm pretty sure he extended.
I thought he did. Yeah, if not, he has 59 points.
Everybody's extended. That was going to be a free agency this year.
So I'm excited to see what happens. Definitely next year, but yeah, this year I think Kempe our all-star, 69 points. The next one is Quinn at 44, and so Kempe's going to have to heat it up definitely towards the end here. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited if, like I said, the Kings are going to be dangerous if we can play a Pacific team. If we have to play Colorado, because I think Colorado's going to be crazy good. But again, they've been falling down a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall,
they've been like Wedgwood's been good in that if they play him, but Blackwood's the one they've been playing and going to. But
yeah, and that's the same too with the Kings. Kemper has not been the same since the Olympics.
No.
And so hopefully
you can get some easy ones. It's weird.
I don't know
if it slowed down too much for him coming back after the Olympics, because it was so high paced. Because even Hellebuck,
he didn't play though.
Hellebuck hasn't been doing very well either, though.
But Kemper didn't play at all.
Yeah.
So
but still practice.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I get that.
So Forsberg's been good for us, so that's good. Our backups been doing good, but yeah, I'd like to see Kemper get back to it here.
When you listen to the games, they say Forsberg to save. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
So forget there's a Forsberg goalie.
Yeah. So other than that, I'm excited for the Kings in the playoffs again. Hopefully they can get in. But yeah,
not the same when your team's not in it.
Oh yeah, let's get down to your team, dude. They're still there. Okay,
I've already counted them out since
I don't.
like 2 weeks ago. So
I don't.
it makes the losses to New Jersey and the Rangers easier.
Yeah, but when you see the Islanders losing 4 straight, Detroit with 2, and Columbus with 3, dude, they're just one little step away of
Oh, I
making
understand that, but when you've watched the team the whole season, you know what to expect.
it. Buddy, I do too, but when it comes to playoffs, you never know.
Oh,
So,
I know. I know that.
but yeah, I think, Boston, I think, is for sure a lock.
Yeah, Boston's there for a lock, but
and the wild card spot, that
is
second spot,
up
yes.
for grabs and will be until the end of the season. There's no, it's going to be up for grabs the whole entire rest of the season.
Oh yeah, it's going to go again. That last spot for sure is going to be all the way to the end.
It's literally up for grabs because, like, yeah, it's a complete opposite of the West. Because I mean, yeah, Islanders have lost 4 straight. Detroit's lost 2 straight. Columbus has lost 3 straight. You know, the Caps just lost number 1.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then everybody at the up top is winning. You know, Pittsburgh's on a 2-game win streak in Philadelphia. I mean, Philadelphia's 7-3-0 in their last 10.
Yeah.
And that's been the big thing, is they've just been basically on a tear. And yeah, it is a wild race. I will say Columbus was high. It's just wild how Columbus was like 17, like 2-4 or something after the hiring of Rick Bowness, and then all of a sudden they've come back down to earth real quick. and a lot of it is just their scoring. They haven't been able to score like 5-on-5 and on the power play. They don't have I think they have one. It was Marchenko, who was like their top scorer right now, and I don't even know if he's got 30. He's got 26 goals as their team leader, which I shouldn't say much because the Capitals have a 40-year-old leading their team in goals with 31. So
yeah,
points. He leads their team. I was just thinking about that today. I was like, dude, how is it that a 30 or 40-year-old leads their team in points? Like, it's 67. I think it was 61 or 67 points. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, no, you guys Caps have one easy game. That's going to be Wednesday night against Toronto, and then 2 big games against Pittsburgh,
back to back.
Those are going to be like the playoff type hockey right there. Yeah. I think you got the rivalry.
Potentially could be the last time we ever see Crosby and Ovechkin play against each other.
That is true.
Because I mean, I've been saying it for the last few weeks, but I'm pretty sure it's Ovi's last year, and he will retire like Gretzky did. And I'm honestly thinking it's going to be. I've been talking to Colton, and honestly I told him I think it's going to be announced the Pittsburgh games, where he'll announce he'll retire, and then he'll get he'll say bye to Crosby right there in Malkin.
Yeah, because I think by Sunday, so if they lose Wednesday and lose Saturday, then they're done.
I think that if they lose at all, the rest is if they lose at all, because they need to win out.
They need to win out
because they're only 4 games left.
Yeah,
Caps, while the other teams all have 5 games left that they're fighting for, other than the Islanders. And Pittsburgh, I guess, has. But I'm not worried about. Only spots I'm worried about getting is that basically that 3rd spot or the wild card spot. And yeah, all those teams have 5 games, so the Caps pretty much have to win out, and then they need some of the other teams which they have been losing, and they're playing each other. If you look at the schedule for the rest of the season, it's pretty much these East guys fighting each other, playing each other, and the Caps' last game of the season is against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yep.
And so that potentially, even if we're not in it, we could ruin the Blue Jackets.
Yep.
And so, but the Caps hold the tiebreaker over Philadelphia. I know that this because the tied season series, but we have regulation wins. We have that, and so I know we have that over them. But that's all. I think that's for right now.
Honestly, looking at Detroit and talking about that Washington Columbus. That could be because I think so. Red Wings play Blue Jackets. You're going to want Blue Jackets to win.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to want both of them to lose.
Yeah, but you're going to want Blue Jackets more to win this game tonight. Yeah. Then you got Philly, which hopefully Detroit loses that game. Yeah. Devils again, it could be, Devils might think, hey, we got to make sure they don't make it. Mm-hmm. Then they play Tampa and Florida, which both are going to be hard games. Florida's. Yes, they're playing. Because
they're sitting the majority of their guys.
But the
top guys are still playing.
Yeah, so Detroit's not in the clear at all.
No,
again, like we said with Columbus, they play Detroit and then they play Washington at the end, but they also got Buffalo, Montreal, and Boston, who's all pretty much in playoffs.
Yeah, they're already in the playoffs.
And so Columbus has, I would have to say, the worst out of all of them.
Philadelphia's got a hard schedule to end the season with too as well.
Philly?
Yeah, Philly's got a tough schedule.
Yeah, they got the Devils tonight. They got Detroit, Winnipeg, Carolina, Montreal. So not as bad but as Columbus, but yes, they are right there. We also have the Islanders who are fighting that one. They have Toronto on Thursday.
Right after that, Toronto's second. That's what sucks. That's Toronto's back-to-back.
Gosh, and just think, Islanders, yeah, they fired, and now they got Pete DeBoer for until Thursday.
4 games.
So that's gonna be crazy. But they got Toronto. Then they have Ottawa, Montreal, and Carolina, so that's tough 3 games at the end of the season.
Everybody's playing each other.
Yeah, and so that's
it's gonna be a bloodbath. Who's gonna come out on top? I mean, is Ottawa gonna be able to hold out? I mean, I don't know.
Ottawa, because Ottawa has Tampa, Florida, Islanders, Devils, Toronto. So Ottawa has the easiest schedule out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So
I don't know. That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be a battle, and I don't. I mean, that's why I've just basically told myself that they're not gonna be in it. It's okay. Because last game they have lingered in net. I honestly thought they might start lingering against the Devils just because Thompson. That was like his 9th, 10th game in a row, and he hasn't. That's the longest streak he's had for playing consecutive games, and he's already He's already set a career high in games played this year in games won, I think.
Yeah.
And so they've been using him a lot, which, he's our best goaltender. And then, you have Lindgren in net against the Rangers. And they left him in net, all 8 goals.
Jeez.
And so what I think that was just to give LT some rest for the remainder of the season. Help him play the remainder of the season. And because they just recalled Mitchell Gibson from the Bears. So and they said that Lindgren was hurt. He's a little banged up, they said.
Yeah.
And so I imagine he'll be sitting the rest. Honestly, I don't know if he'll be a cap the following year. But aside from that, they just called up little pro, Ilya Prodas, Alexei Prodas' little brother. Not really little because they're both 6'6". So it's going to be a line of Tom Wilson at 6'5", and both pros at 6'6" and 6'6". So we're getting back to the slap shot era, the bruising era of the Philadelphia Flyers with the Lindros line. And so they have him coming up, and because he's leading the league, he's leading the AHL rookies in goals and points for both, I think. And so he'll make his debut tomorrow. We'll see how he does. The thing is, I don't get what the point of those 2 trades the Caps did with Liljegren and David Kemp. Liljegren's played 1 or 2 games. Granted, he's been with the team the whole time, but he's only played 1 or 2 games and scratched the rest of the games. And then David Kemp finally suited up for his first game on the Caps since being traded at the trade deadline, which was a month ago.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. You're having a kid, but how do you not figure out immigration issues before this whole freaking trade happens? We literally just wasted our pick. We just wasted our. I can't remember who he came from. I think it was Dowders. I think it was with Dowd. It was Dowd's trade. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Whatever. But this guy, and then he played 1 game, and then so far he's been scratched. So whatever. I don't know, and I don't know. I have to look. I haven't looked at their contracts, but it's just I don't know what the point of getting rid of John Carlson and Nick Dowd for 2 games.
Yeah.
Of 2 guys and who didn't do anything really. I actually would have. I would have liked to see Liljegren play more. I don't feel like he played too bad. I wouldn't mind him playing over a TVR. But I'm not the head coach, so I can't make the decisions. But I'm just it's gonna be a struggle. And
so I don't know. Washington's got a big hill to climb. I honestly want to say that Ottawa will probably take it.
Who would you want to see in there? Would you want to see Ottawa, or would you out of the other 4, out of Ottawa and Islanders, Detroit, and Columbus? Who would you want to see in there?
Detroit.
Yeah, would you want to see Detroit?
Yeah. I would really like to see Washington just because I'd like to see if they could play Pittsburgh somehow. But again,
they wouldn't unless they got in that 3rd spot. But I mean, Crosby owns Philadelphia, so if they get matched up with that, you have when we fill out our brackets, just pick Pittsburgh. Okay, they're gonna win.
But so I think I don't know. Yeah, if I had to pick a team, it's either gonna be Ottawa or Detroit.
I think I would probably do the same. I don't want to see the Islanders into it yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't.
The,
I just don't think that. I don't know. Sorokin would be an absolute unstoppable god. He'd probably be like hell. Like no, I shouldn't say like Hellebuck last year because Hellebuck was garbage away.
yeah.
But because Sorokin is my Vezina trophy. He's my Vezina pick for the year for goaltending. But I just don't know how they would. I still feel like I don't know how they would do.
I think. Well, here's the thing. So I'd like to see Detroit in there, but I really like the Islanders' chances because again, Pete DeBoer just came in yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And now, so they had yesterday, they have today, they have tomorrow to even practice, and then they have Thursday to even do a skater round. So now you got, yes, you're up and down, you're out of the wild card, in the wild card, back and forth. You get a new coach. He's not going to change too much, but he's going to give you enough to give you hopefully another boost. And then you go and play an easy team-ish against Toronto. That should be a win. They haven't been that great, but you play them. That should hopefully get that boost going.
And that's on Toronto's second night, not a back.
Exactly.
So you have them.
You should be good to go.
Yeah.
Get play hard, win that game, get that confidence you need with your new coach, and then you play Ottawa, who you need to win. Same with Montreal and Carolina. So
all the new coaches who've come in this year, teams have won right after they've come in.
So
every team, and then Buffalo, and if you fire your GM, you win about 20 in a row. So,
well, then the Devils are gonna make it then.
Yeah, right. Well, it's too late now.
So yeah, I don't know. I think Islanders. Ottawa, I think, has good chances. I like Ottawa's chances to making it. Again, they're a point ahead. They play Islanders. If the Islanders can beat Ottawa, then I'm going to say Islanders will probably take it. Again, Detroit, man, I
honestly kind of enjoy Detroit not making it because it's like we need a team now to everybody to laugh at, to point and laugh.
That is true.
Now that the Sabres have,
because
you can't do it anymore. The Sabres have made it. They've literally reached the playoffs, and they have tarnished that curse by going on that insane run.
Yes, they're gonna if Detroit doesn't make it, they're gonna be the biggest question in the offseason. What are they going to do?
Does Yzerman stay?
Does he stay? Is he gone? Does he get picked up somewhere else?
Did they finally say, "Wow, we're done. We've given you the time." Holy crap. They're like the Islanders. They've been in a playoff spot freaking since January.
Yeah.
Or December. Crazy. It's January, December, one of the two. But you've been in a playoff spot for months. And then literally the final month, or not even less than a month, and you blow it.
Yeah.
And you're dropping quick.
Okay. So we're gonna end this with one question. Unless we got more. But I got a question that, just because I'm looking at these teams, if it does start right now, let's just say this. Let's take the second wild card spot, since it's all up for grabs, right? Let's take that one out.
Okay.
The teams that are in the playoff hunt right now, if they started, again, taking the number 2 wild card spot out, in both conferences, who would you have as don't sleep on this team? This team, I feel like, is going to shock
to in the playoffs.
Yeah, just okay, I wasn't expecting them to win, 2 or 3 rounds or this or that.
Oh, okay.
I can go first because I'll start in the East because I've been looking at it, and I think the team to not sleep on is going to be Boston. And they're in that wild card spot. I understand, but I think a team that probably I haven't seen much talked about all year, but we saw them struggle a lot at the beginning of the year. A lot. And we thought, it's not going to look good. Swayman wasn't on his game.
I thought even based off last year, they were.
Oh, yeah. So,
weren't projected to either.
Exactly. So,
they're only good at home.
Yes, I understand that. But if Boston, I think, again, they only need to win one at away if they're really good at home.
Yeah.
But I think Boston in the East is going to be a team to not sleep on. I think that's going to be very fun to watch. And honestly, if they play if they can come and play, say, I want to say Carolina's going to take that number 1 spot. So if they take like Tampa or Buffalo or even Montreal, I think they have a great chance to beat any of those teams. I think they do.
I do again, but I truly don't. But
if somehow Montreal can get to that number 1 in the Atlantic, I'll say Boston could definitely beat Montreal, and that would be a great series. I would love to watch that first round.
Series, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like Boston as much as you do, but
really, I think they're. I will
honestly. I
might have them win the first round, dude.
A big thing for me is I don't like Boston, but nah, there's a lot of teams I don't like as a Caps fan, but I don't know. I don't like. It's just. I don't know. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they have. If they can. If Boston will be able to score as well 5-on. And like if they got to go up against Tampa, no, there's no way.
I don't know. I think they're gonna be.
Or I mean, if they have to go,
who do you think?
Okay, so if they have to go, I'm gonna tell you this: if they're in a series against Carolina first round, I'm cheering for them.
Somehow, yeah, yeah.
But I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on them. I mean, mine would. I don't even know if you can count it. Mine would be Buffalo.
Yeah,
but I think
no matter what, I think Buffalo's gonna be the underdog. They could be a number 1 seed. They could win the whole Eastern Conference. I still think they're the underdog team.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
no, I totally agree on that.
But I would sleep on them.
I worry way more about probably Buffalo's goaltending than I do on Boston's.
That's so true.
Just because they're young and they've never proven themselves.
And that's why I think if somehow Boston plays Buffalo, that's why I'm saying
But I like the way Buffalo has been able to basically to stand up for themselves.
So, yeah.
And like I don't know. I know Boston is defensively with McAvoy in the back end. Boston's very good, but he stated during the season, he's sick of getting he's beaten up.
Yeah,
his whole face has been reconstructed this whole year. Every few weeks, he's had to go in for dental and jaw surgery and all that. So and he's already said they're tired. He's tired of getting beaten. The playoffs is another whole, of course, different animal. And he never got a break.
Yeah,
the Olympics. You had to go even harder. And so I feel like Boston might be too tired when it comes to the playoffs, where I don't know if they could keep up for a full 7-game series. I don't know if they'd be able to keep up for all those. Just based off how this year's went, though. At least if it wasn't, if McAvoy didn't say that, it wasn't like that. Maybe I'd probably have a different. I'd be like, yeah, they'd be fine. But you literally said I'm tired. I want to go home, boss. That's too damn bad.
Yeah, but when you get in the playoffs, man,
I know you just.
I know.
Hit them smelling salts, and everything goes. The pain goes away. Yeah, but I think mine would probably be Buffalo. I would like to see Montreal move to go past the first round and make a run for it. Do I want to see a Canadian team win the cup? No. But
they could be the only. Well, they technically could be Edmonton.
If Ottawa holds that second spot, but no, that potentially would be the only Canadian team. Yeah, for the East. I mean, the West there won't be other than Edmonton's the only one. But.
Yeah, Vancouver's been out. Yeah, Calgary. Yeah.
Yep.
Jets could maybe make it.
I doubt it. No. Yep. And so I don't have any hope for Philadelphia if they're in it. They're a hell of a greedy team, and for how young they are, they're a really young team, super freaking young. You don't have any they have over half their team is under 24 years old.
Yeah.
They're a very, very young team, and so I think getting the playoffs would be a phenomenal feat just for them in and of itself.
Yeah.
And it would help out in a lot of development for those young guys, and the experience would just be amazing. But they're not winning a 7-game series against Pittsburgh. I don't care how freaking old Crosby and Malkin is and Carlson is. They're just not winning. It's literally been proven in the past. Crosby literally owns Philadelphia at their barn everywhere they go. Everywhere. Crosby owns them. But I do like a little bit of the direction Philadelphia is going with how they have some of their guys like Owen Tippett. He's made himself. He's definitely deserves good money now for this after this year. He's kind of turned him more into a power forward, and I think he's honestly got to be up there and one of the fastest skaters in the league.
Yeah,
and he's finally starting to learn how to handle the puck when he enters the zone, and he's been scoring a lot more. He's had 2 hat tricks on the season, and I think he's leading. I believe the Flyers in goals. and so he's been a really big boon. Martone, who just his Michigan State season ended,
Yep.
so he's now playing. He made his debut against Caps, right? Was it against the Caps? Yeah, it was. Was it? I think it was against the Caps. They lost, didn't matter. But he just had his first goal, the OT game winner against Boston, nicely enough. But it was 5-on-3. One thing that's good for that he was a good addition to the Flyers is that he's not afraid to shoot the puck. That's something that Rick Tocchet has mentioned a lot lately, is that he feels as his team is not confident in shooting the puck, and that they need to shoot the puck more instead of looking pass first.
Yeah.
Like shot first more often. And so he's coming in before he had his first goal. He had like over 20 shots in for like 2 games. So like he's definitely one to not shy away from shooting that puck.
Yeah.
And then Mitchkov, though, hasn't been very well, but Barkey and Bump, who've come up, they've been pretty good.
Okay. So
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
You got Boston. I got Boston. You got Buffalo. Gotcha.
Yes. But I'd say Montreal second, close second, because I would like to see Montreal take a little bit of a
Western Conference. Who do you got in Western? Who's going to be like your underdog team?
Minnesota.
Okay. No, honestly, that's who I have. Honestly,
because I want Minnesota.
I'm 100% with you on that. I think Minnesota,
against Dallas,
I think if they can beat Dallas,
don't you feel like they should?
Yeah.
Even if you let's see, what you'd have to take. Yeah, I mean, they have like, it would be cool to see Edmonton versus Minnesota series. That'd be a lot. I mean,
jeez, that'd be crazy.
I think that'd be a pretty interesting.
Do you tank all?
You're
in it. You might as well.
I know. I'm like, screw that, dude. Like,
could they though? Well, that's the thing.
I don't think it's mathematically possible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Utah does have 6 more games, 12 more points. No, it's not possible. It hit 98.
Yeah. So
damn.
I will say Thursday night though, big game, Dallas and Minnesota at Dallas. So honestly, a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's going to show us a lot. But yeah, I think the Wild. I would love to see them go on. I think if they do go on and play Colorado, they're going to be no matter what. Like Dallas, Minnesota. Like I don't see you guys going to the final just because you have to play each other at 2 and 3. It's going to be a hard battle out of any game. I think even in the East, in the East and West, that game is going to be the hardest game. Top guys. Yes, I know Buffalo and Montreal and Tampa are all right there, but it's just a different style with Dallas and Minnesota. And and it's just kind of like the same old thing. It's always been Dallas and Minnesota now for a couple times, and Colorado,
those 3 teams just good going back and forth.
So
it's just.
I want to say, I'm with you. You can't pick anyone in Pacific. You could say Utah could sneak in, but Utah's gonna have to face any of these teams are gonna have to face anyone in the Central, and the Central right there. Those 3 teams are gonna make it to the final, but honestly, you got to go past Colorado.
Utah beating Edmonton, so I mean.
That's what. Yeah, I could totally see that too. I could see Edmonton losing to Utah, 100%.
I think it'd be for the best.
Yeah, and
honestly,
this is what I would love to see. I would love to see Edmonton, against Utah. I would love to see the Kings versus the Ducks and the Knights versus Colorado.
Yeah,
that would be because it would be legit. Because Colorado wouldn't we be playing a easy team per se?
No.
The Knights have superstars.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. So
it's just again they're. It's like everywhere, honestly, and it is because this season I think is like setting a record for lowest goals against average for goalies. It's at like 900 or something. Like it hasn't gotten that low in so long. And again, Vegas is their struggle. It's their goaltending. Like we have Aiden Hill hasn't done very well. Carter Hart, who's been injured and coming back, like he hasn't been good really at all. Yeah. And then I can't think of their other goalie that was playing, but. Yeah, no, which is weird. I don't get how Vegas hasn't, scored more with what they have.
Yeah,
and I guess they don't really have like shooters. They have, like with Eichel and Marner, like those are literally 2 top playmakers.
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, dude. If I'm right on that, that'd be sick. I would love to see the Knights go down and be that number 2 seed, having to play Colorado. I think that'd be Colorado and Knights would be a fun series compared to the Kings in Colorado. Not that doesn't get me excited. Colorado and the Knights get me excited.
I'm definitely to that right because I'm probably not watching the Colorado and King series because I already know what's going to happen.
Exactly. But then if you think about the Ducks and the Canes, that's the highway. That's a California rivalry. That would be fun to watch. Right, first round, that would be fun. And then again, Edmonton.
As long as you don't let Gudas or Trouba kill anybody, you guys,
that's true.
You guys better have somebody to take them out.
But then Edmonton and Utah, that would be a fun one as well. As Utah again is not they made it to the playoffs. They've been consistently on the better. They haven't had complete there's 5-game losing streak, another 5-game losing streak. There's they've been consistently good. So
I think Utah deserves. Last year was their first year, and then moving on from the abysmal Arizona Coyotes seasons.
Yeah.
So I think Utah deserves to at least a playoff series.
Yeah. So I think if that could somehow happen, I would love to see that. I think that would be the best thing of the bracket if that could happen. That'd be really good for hockey right there. 100%. And so, we'll see what happens. But I think we're both on the same page with Minnesota being kind of like the underdog, but the most exciting ones to watch for sure. Because I think if they can beat Dallas, I think they can go on and hopefully.
I know, and it's crazy because
go on.
Both teams are so damn stacked.
I know it's so tough to be like, they can go and beat Colorado.
I know. I'm just trying to think of ways of advantages and weaknesses, and I'm just like they're so evenly matched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My big thing
because Dallas is deep on D.
Yes.
Minnesota's deep on D.
Yeah.
I would say Dallas probably edges them in fourth line, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Goaltending, I would say Minnesota's goaltending is probably a little better.
Yeah.
I would say a little bit better, but is Wallstedt who's going to play? Is Wallstedt going to play?
Yeah.
Or is Gustafsson going to play? I don't know who is going to be playing. And Wallsted's not he's not battle tested. I mean, I think he's got. I don't know. Did he start a couple games in the Olympics?
Yes.
Yes. No, Wallstedt.
Oh, I don't think so.
They were together, and so I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, well then Gus. So Gus will probably
Saros too. It was Saros and that.
Yeah, Wallstedt and Gus, and and Saros kind of crapped the bed. So, but they had a disappointing. Sweden did.
But anyway,
and so I wonder if imagine Gus Bus is starting. So,
jeez.
I don't know if I want. I think I would. I don't know. Would I give Ottinger the edge over Gus?
Who would know? Brandon.
Yeah, I know. Be a good question to ask Brandon.
I want to see
if he sees this. I don't know if he sees this, but who would you give the edge? Gus Bus or Ottinger?
So
super tough.
Well, they're gonna start on the 18th. Okay, they're only giving them a day break. Okay.
So, really?
Yeah.
Saturday?
They're going to start Saturday.
No, I looked. Did they just add the games? I was literally looking last night.
They said, what I found out, it just says the Stanley Cup players are scheduled to begin on Saturday the 18th. Final regular season game is the 16th.
What? Wow. Holy crap.
So with postseason coming 2 days later to kick off the first round, which runs through the end of April. So we could have probably start of 3 games or start of game 2 on a few of these guys.
He's Louise.
But we'll see if we can't maybe get. We'll see how Carter does this week, and if Carter's team doesn't make it, maybe we can get Brandon on the 21st there, and then get Carter later, and whatever. But
figure it out.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting on down the road, but I think that's all we got for you guys, man. Again, playoffs is starting. Next week we'll talk about next episode we'll talk about the playoffs. We'll have a few games in, talk about that. We'll try to see maybe a weekend we can live stream and talk to you guys about
a bracket.
Yeah, do a bracket. Yeah, we'll talk about our bracket next time and things like that, and see how we're doing in our bracket so far. Yeah, we're gonna have to start that real quick. I guess we'll only have a day to do it.
Blue Jackets are up 1-0 right now, and Flyers are already up 2-0 right now.
Who's Flyers playing?
Okay, so let me go down the line here. All right, so Blue Jackets up 1-0 against Red Wings.
Yep.
Flyers 2-0 against the Flyers 2-0 against the Devils, and Trevor Zegras is on hat trick watch as of right now with 2 goals.
Trevor wants the playoffs,
Yeah,
baby.
Zegras and Martone has got an assist on one of those. Yeah, damn, dude. Sorry, freaking that guy I work with. The guy I work with.
Oh, you're gonna hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk about Flyers, and the Bruins are up right now 1-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's a big game for them.
Yep, and then that's it. That's all for the East. All the East games are going on right now. So
perfect. All right,
Canadians and Panthers are tied at 0. So they're playing with and so is Lightning and Senators. So
all zeros. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode.
It's going to be NHL heavy for the rest of the season. So
yeah. But we got some big things coming. Probably the last episode of the year. We'll tell you guys what to look forward to and what is coming. Again, going to change up the, I don't know, what we talk about, I guess you could say, and we're going to add a few more things. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't, again, subscribe here on YouTube. Check over at Instagram and TikTok if you guys haven't already. Like us on there. We just hit 200 here on YouTube. We're close to 500 on TikTok, and I think we're almost close to 600 on Instagram. Not too far away. I think we still got a good number to go, but I know we beat that 500 there on Instagram. Of course, I want to check. Yeah, we're halfway there. That's what I thought, 550 on Instagram. So nice. The more of that, the better. We love it. So other than that, guys, be safe. God bless. And, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah. Good luck.